Hey, what up, Hammered? I wanted to I've been wanting to do that video about what kind of body I'd have, if whatever my body, whatever my imagination could come up with. And I've had some camera fails, so I had my laptop with me. I thought, I'm gonna take my laptop outside because I've got no good judgment at all. So yeah, here we are, laptop video. And here's what I would do with my new fantasy body. I'd pick a fight with humanity. Humanity pisses me off. You know what? The thing is about most people, they suck. And I would want a body so I could do something about it. So here's what it would be. I'd have a body. The body would look like a gigantic turtle, and that turtle would be about the size of a wahoo, maybe bigger. Maybe the size of Madagascar. And my body basically be a massive factory and scientific laboratory. And my surface that broke the water would be like a massive lush landscape that produced, that took the energy from the sea and the sun and also creatures and whatnot around it, and generated basically the most intense ecosystem. And then I would start spawning creatures. Any creature that I could also come up with in my mind, like pterodactyls, of course, would be there. Really intense, active, intelligent crabs, for instance. They'd be my #1 go-to guys. But also like great blimp-like creatures that would float through the air and circulate around the world, and massive whales. And once I was good and established all around the world, I'd tell humanity. I keep an eye on my dog. I'd tell humanity they have 100 years to get to a point where there's no emissions. So like, but you could have like your cars or whatever. If you want to have a gasoline car, you just have to trap all the poisons it produces. It can't drip oil. It can't put out exhaust. It has to be a really good container. And the same thing with every factory. You could keep making steel and rubber and generating electricity with coal. You just can't have any poisons escape into the air or the river or the ground. And so it kind of sounds like I'm out to help humanity, right? No, I'm sticking with my I hate humanity idea. Because I think we all know it's going to happen. And then, but like, I wouldn't just wait 100 years and say, okay, now it's Godzilla time. I would start my crab-like creatures crawling up the sides of container ships, and my pterodactyl creatures would land on the top, and they'd say, all right, we'll start breaking open these containers. What you got? And if I found shoes coming from Taiwan, heading to Switzerland, or if I found baseball caps coming from Korea and going to Canada, well, my crab guys would like just chew that up, just destroy them all into teeny little fragments and throw it into the ocean, where it would be absorbed by other of my creatures, turned into, well, I guess it'd be turned into kind of like coral reefs, or even like just kind of coated in like a hard membrane, so that it breaks down over a long period of time. That's kind of like just like an FU. Like, hey, you want to send a baseball cap around the world? It's probably not going to get there. You should probably figure out how to make a baseball cap in your country. And so probably about 25 years of that, people will be making baseball caps in their own country, and I'll just up it. I'm like, oh, well, what else can I mess with? Pretty soon it'll be international trucking, and then it'll be national trucking. And the one thing I won't mess with, horse-drawn carriages. If like you have to get a baseball cap from say Peru, and you have to get a baseball cap to Alaska, you'll have to send it in a horse-drawn carriage. I think that would really put the baseball cap issue into perspective, which is really my main goal, to stop that silliness. baseball caps traveling around the world. Yeah, then at 100 years, I would release Godzilla-like creatures, and any factory that just totally ignored my warnings, just kind of like shrugged off my creatures crawling up over freeways and container ships. It would then, I don't think I'd destroy the factories. I think what I would do is I would encase them, and they better be ready for that. And if they're not ready for that, if I encase them, everyone has to run out because the inside starts filling up with poisons. All the poisons they were pumping in the river, the ground, just kind of well back up into the basement. All the people run out. I just encase it like a massive oyster, and then slowly that oyster would work out the poisons. Oh, look at my fingernails, they're filthy. I'm a filthy man. Yeah, I'd go Godzilla on the world with my fantasy body. A turtle the size of Madagascar. Yeah.